It's blazing hot outside, so today I thought I'd tell you about how I transformed my yard from where we started back when we purchased our house all the way till now, and without ever completely starting over with the grass and removing what was there. I worked with what I had for a few seasons, and you'll get to see that in this video. Then you'll see when I decided to start some renovation work and some overseeding work, and how it all came together without ever completely removing what I started with. Today's video is sponsored by my good friends at Cujo Yardwear. If you've watched my videos in the last few seasons, you know that I absolutely love those shoes. You'll want to stick around to the end of the video for a very special giveaway and promotion. Thanks again to Cujo for sponsoring today's video. Here was our house in 2011. The house sat empty for a while, so it was another case of a neglected yard. To start out, I had one professional weed control sprayed on it, and then started to work on raising the mowing height and fertilizing properly. You can see when we put in our front landscaping that things were already starting to improve with just those couple changes, but there was also a long way to go. For the next few seasons, I simply did the basics and learned more about what to do, and maybe even more importantly, what not to do. In 2016, I started my channel to start documenting how I was going to begin to step up my lawn game and get to the next level. As time went along, I started learning more about overseeding and how you can work to transform your current lawn by adding new and better seed to it. I also learned the importance of buying the absolute best grass seed possible. This really was a game-changing moment in this journey. I had some summer damage in 2016, and right before the fall, I removed that and did a complete overseed. Within a few months, it went from this to this. Spring of 2017, the lawn looked completely different from where I started. Remember again where we started and that nothing had been done here out of the ordinary except some weed control, proper fertilization and mowing, and an overseed to introduce new cultivars of grass. With proper care, the grass was growing in thick, and I was focusing on the details to make it stand out even more. In the fall of 2017, I decided I wanted to remove the quackgrass that was near my sidewalks and re-level the area. Within a few weeks, everything was growing in nicely, and by the end of the fall, I was adding stripes to make the lawn stand out once again. In 2018, I started my journey into real mowing. I quickly learned that I was going to be obsessed, but some changes were going to have to be made to the lawn to be able to cut it lower. I experimented with just chopping it down, but there was a lot of work to be done. The midsummer heat took its toll, and I planned for fall. After completing a full renovation on the side yard, I decided I couldn't wait any longer on the front yard. I brought in a load of topsoil, leveled out the lawn, which smothered a lot of the existing grass, but not all of it. I seeded the area with ryegrass and waited not so patiently. By the end of fall, the lawn looked okay, but would need more time for its full glory. Things were looking a lot better the next spring, and I could instantly tell the leveling and new seed had made a huge difference as it matured. By the end of May, the lawn once again looked completely different than before. I learned more and more things and got better as the grass matured into the season. Summers are always a struggle with heat here, but I was learning how to properly water, and I was having a blast. Then it came time to add irrigation, because this whole time I never had an in-ground irrigation system in place. All of my hard work felt like it was erased in a day when the damage was done. I limped through the rest of that summer waiting for another fall renovation to fix that damage. I leveled out the damaged areas with more soil and seeded again with my favorite grass, ryegrass. Just a few weeks later, you can see how quickly the new seed had grown in. Looking back at these photos, I realized also just how smooth the lawn was at that point. By the end of 2019, I was right where I wanted to be. In 2020, I was actually able to mow in January of all things. And my first mow of the spring in 2020 had the lawn looking great. I was now in maintenance mode, fine-tuning my program. I made it through the hot summer that year without any serious issues, and now it was time for sand. I wanted an even smoother surface, and I also wanted to learn about sand leveling, so I completed that along with another overseed in the fall of 2020. Once again, within a few weeks' time, the recovery was well on its way. Since then, I've been on pretty much the same program. Real mowing every other day during the season, low doses of liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks, and micronutrients as needed. I also pay very close attention to my watering and have been able to get through even the hottest parts of the summer with less than an inch per week on the grass. Then add in a fall program that consists of core aeration, removing dead material from the summer, and sand top dressing with an overseed if needed. So that's where I started, and that's where things are today. It'll be a big change moving to our new place hopefully later this year, It'll also be a new and welcome challenge as well. So, of course, there was plenty of renovation work that went into transforming the final product that you see in my yard, but I think what I wanted to show in this video as well was that in those first few seasons when I was still cutting it taller and I started to learn more about overseeding and the proper way to mow and the proper way to do everything in a season, I had made really big strides from where we started, and had I not wanted to go into real mowing, I think a lot of people would have been plenty happy with where things were at after I started to do those overseeds. So just keep that in mind, not to get too discouraged when you start out with a yard that maybe doesn't look the way that you want it to. It's going to take some time and some patience and some work over the seasons to get it going, but it's important to note here, and what I wanted to show in this video, that you can make a huge difference in your yard in just a few seasons with the proper care. Cujo was kind enough now to do a giveaway, so we're going to give away a pair of shoes. I'm going to pick a video from the last few videos that maybe had more of just the die-hard commenters there and didn't get quite as many views. Just keep in mind as well that this is another reason to make sure that you comment, because you never know when a giveaway is going to happen and I'm just going to pick a random comment and it might be you. Also, I have a 10% off promotion, so if you're looking to try out some Cujo yardware, go ahead and use that code to save a little extra on your order. Okay, so I have grabbed the video link. This is from the We Had a Monsoon video. So there's 59 comments on this. So now we're going to pick the winner for the Cujo shoes. Alright, so this is the winner right here. I was talking in the video about how I needed a bigger sprayer, so they were giving me a few options on bigger sprayers here as to what I should look at. If that is you, email me at ryannorlawncare@gmail.com. We'll make sure that your account is legit, then get your info and send off a pair of shoes to you. I hope that was an interesting journey today to go back in time and see how things have progressed over the years. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time.